Hey, everyone, this is a JB and Sandy Deep Dive podcast version. We get to go a little bit deeper on stuff than we do on the radio every morning. We've got a great guest that we see every day here in the iHeart Austin building. And it's pretty cool because he is known as the world's strongest man. He's a two-time Olympian. He's a WWE Hall of Famer. And I think he's our friend. I sure hope he's our friend. We're talking about Mark Henry.
Well, he's definitely a guy you want to be a friend.
I'm laughing now, Joe. Like, oh, okay. Just don't ask me for no money and we're friends.
No. I just want to be on good terms with you, Mr.
Yeah,
Henry.
we on good terms. My friends ask me for money all the time.
You're the guy.
I don't want no more friends.
Hey, Mark, I'm going to throw some numbers at you.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if these numbers mean anything to you.
All right.
All right? 2,000, 336.9, 953.5, 518.1, 865.3. Those numbers mean anything to you?
Those like high school powerlifting numbers?
Those are your world record powerlifting numbers.
Oh, okay. So I knew they were records. I just didn't know which ones. I think the 584, I think, was what I benched.
Yes, 518.1.
I deadlifted 847, I think, in high school.
In high school?
In high school. It was the heaviest high school deadlift of all time, still to this day.
Wow.
I squatted in high school. I think I went up to like 885 or something like that. I didn't go over 9 until I got here to Austin, until I graduated high school and I was in college.
I got, according to the internet, 953 and a half.
That was a year after high school. but I did go to the senior national championship.
These are your high school numbers? These aren't your Olympic numbers or your powerlifting world record
those
numbers?
are my baby numbers.
Oh, I got some bad numbers then.
So my grown-up numbers, I squatted 1,006.
Wow.
And I benched 601, and I deadlifted raw. No equipment,
no wraps.
903.
And these are all drug-tested events.
All drug-tested events. I never lifted in a competition where they allowed you to use drugs.
That's good. I like that.
I wouldn't co-sign for it.
How old were you, Mark Henry, when you knew you were strong?
Probably 12 or 13.
I was picturing you as a toddler rearranging the crib and the dresser.
But you know what? I'm going to show you a picture of me when I think I was 10. And the Incredible Hulk was my favorite thing. Mm-hmm. And I used to just walk around flexing and posing. I knew I was strong as a little kid, but I didn't find out until I was 14.
So how old were you the first time, like a big defining bench press is 300 pounds. How old were you when you bench pressed 300 pounds?
I think 8th grade or 9th grade.
Wow.
Like when I in the ninth, we didn't have a powerlifting team. My freshman year in high school.
Wow.
And I was already benching 315 then as a freshman. So we had stack weights. We didn't have free weights in middle school. So I could have probably done 300 or more. I just didn't have the means to.
Right. They didn't have enough weight room for you.
We didn't have
free
weights.
Wow. And so,
but on a stack, I could do like 345 on a stack, but doing stacks of weights is not
like
the
a
same
machine?
as free weights. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's machine weights. You know, you try to do 300 and you might blow a gasket.
You get hurt pretty easy lifting weights.
Yeah. Luckily for me, I had very good coaches my whole life. Mm-hmm. My high school coaches was a football player and a rookie coach, graduated from University of Houston, Craig McGallion. And Craig was like, hey, man, this is the way we do it. We had a strength coach come from Pennsylvania, from Penn State, and this is the way that he lifted at York Barbell Club is where, like that was the Mecca at that time.
And they used to make the weights, too.
They used to make the weights in York. So, like, he came from a good lifting tree.
Right.
And he taught us well. And Then I came to Austin, of course, and I got Dr. Terry Todd and Jan Todd, the heads of kinesiology here at UT, and the historians of the sport. Terry was the first strength coach.
Yeah, word had to have gotten out about you, and people, I'm sure, wanted to test you and poke and prod and figure out what the heck's going on.
Terry read about me, I think my sophomore year in high school, of what I did, and said, no way.
There's no way this kid exists.
There's no way. That's bullshit.
Right.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
So my junior year, I went to the state championship in Dallas. He came. Him and Jan Todd came, and they saw me lift, and they were like, wow, that's pretty crazy. Like, this guy's a junior in high school. My senior year, they came to my hometown because they really thought that somebody was pumping me full of drugs, and they wanted to expose them. Jan and Terry Todd are like godsend people, right? So they meet my coach. I mean, and as it happened, God puts them to sit right next to my coach's wife. And they're asking these questions, and they're like, I can't believe this. And she said, oh, that Mark? Oh, best kid ever.
Really?
You got to meet his mama. And she introduced Jan and Terry to my mom. See how God do? And then they realized that I was not a drug athlete because we have 5 boys in my family that won Super Bowls.
Oh, you did?
I come from athletics.
Well, let's talk about the boy.
On every side of my family, my wife's dad was an alternate in boxing in the Olympics, fought as a Charles. My brother's Patrick Henry that played at Texas A&M.
I didn't know
was
that.
on the wrecking crew defense and was the star defensive tackle. All-South for his conference 3 years in a row. He was better than all the other boys in our family, but he had a career-ending injury. And that's who I grew up and lived in the house with.
Okay.
So Sam Adams played behind my brother at Texas A&M. Of course, Sam goes on, win a Super Bowl with Baltimore and in Seattle. And Michael Strahan, who everybody knows Michael because he won 2 championships with the Giants. He's a Hall of Famer. Held the NFL sack record. Like I come from elite athletes, not just average good.
Right.
Off the charts.
I'm talking about Hall of Fame, off the chart bloodline people.
Did you play football at all?
I did. I was pretty good too. But I love lifting.
Yeah.
And I cried for weeks. Like a family member died when I chose weightlifting over football.
At what age did you do that?
I did that my senior year.
Okay, so you didn't
I
play
had to
football.
make a decision.
And you grew up in Silsbee, is that right?
Silsbee.
Silsbee.
Right north of Beaumont. 15 miles north of Beaumont.
But that had to weigh heavily on you. You said your father had a career-ending injury.
No, my brother.
Your brother. But you were you see how quickly that could go away.
Yes.
Right?
I was really worried that I would never, and especially Dr. Todd, he was like, Mark, if you stop playing football, you'll do something that no man has ever done that walked the planet. That was more entertaining to me than playing football. Being
the
able
peak.
to maximize my potential and be the number one.
Right.
Okay, there's a lot of Olympians in Austin, especially with swimming. Did you ever think that being an Olympian and weightlifting would lead you to fame, first of all, and just all the things that have come with it,
Never
the
gave a
opportunities
damn.
that you've had in life?
Never gave a damn about money or prestige or none of that. I was Conan the Barbarian. Remember Conan?
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I traveled the world for steel. All he wanted to do was beat everybody and take their swords. That's all I wanted to do.
Just wanted to be
I wanted to go and break records and lift the most weight. I wanted to go to Russia. I wanted to go to Africa. I wanted to go to Spain. I wanted to go to Canada, Mexico, Australia. I'm stronger than you. Prove me.
It really is the ultimate alpha male competition. I mean,
I wasn't
the
arrogant.
100-meter dash I'd put up there too.
Yeah,
But
you got 100 is up there.
yeah. I mean, it's like
They're running the mile.
running the mile. It's just very like guyish. Like who's the strongest?
Who's the fastest?
Who's the fastest? Right.
Who can endure the most?
Right. So it's a What was it like, JB, you brought up the Olympics, and you got to do something that a very small number of people get to do, really, if you think about the entire population of the world. What's it like to represent your country?
Cried every time they played the anthem. Every single time. Even today, I have to focus not to cry.
It takes you back to stand
It
there
made
at
me
the
think
event.
about standing there on that podium, them playing, raising my flag, and I see the flags of the other people beneath me. Shoot. Boy, don't get me fired up. Don't do it.
It's real, though.
Like, that is real to me.
Yeah.
It is real to every athlete or soldier that ever stood in a place where the flag was up and you had your hand on your heart or you were saluting. And I'm not a soldier, not even saying that. But you know what I do? I go to Walter Reed Hospital and try to support the guys that get these new prosthetics. Me and Chef Robert Irvine, I'm a cook. And me and Chef Robert Irvine, yeah, everybody's seen his shows. We go to the USO in Washington, D.C., and once a year they have deployments come back from training camps, and we teach them how to cook because most of them guys never boiled water before. Like, I love the military. I wanted to be a soldier when I was a little boy.
Did you?
Oh boy, I saw the little green men. That was my toy of choice. And then Star Wars. Then I wanted to be like Darth Vader or something. We'll talk about that another time. But like, I just love what soldiers represent.
I do too. They represent the best of America, and so do our Olympians. And you've done it twice. When you're there, part of the Olympics, you were in Barcelona and Atlanta. While you're there, repping the United States, do the rest of the world look at the athletes of the United States a little differently than they do the other countries? Like, that's an American?
No, I think Olympians look at Olympians the same. Like, we know what each other went through, what sacrifice. I never went on spring break in my life.
Really?
Like, I was a 20-year-old virgin. I trained at the Olympic Training Center, and my coaches were on my ass.
Really?
Hey, wake up at 8, go to class, get back. You go eat, go sleep. You got training at 1. Wake up at 1, train till 4. Then we would go have to do rehab and recovery. You go ice bath and get stem and, work on whatever's sore. Go to sleep, repeat.
I'm going to throw a name at you. You just made me think of this. It's a shot in the dark that you know somebody that worked at the Olympic training facility, and he was a pharmacist and a scientist. His name was Jeff Pedraza. Does that name ring a bell to you? He worked there for a long time. He did a lot of research in drug testing and all that kind of stuff.
If he was in drug testing, then I knew him.
Yeah.
Dr. Steve Fleck was the head.
Okay.
He was the head of the snake up there. And the head of the physical therapist I knew pretty well, Emory, because I had to get treatment every day on my back or on my legs or shoulders or something. So I got familiar with the physical therapy people more than the sports scientists. But they did the oxygen deprivation. They did the power output force platform stuff. We did blind lifting, where they put garbage cans on the bar so you couldn't see how much weight was on there. And you still had to mentally prepare yourself to lift either the max weight or something that was in between. Like, they did all these experiments on us. And I did muscle grafts and blood testing and all of this stuff that your friend would probably, Jeff, would remember.
Yeah.
But my natural testosterone was 4-to-1.
Really?
And people would have to take steroids to have my natural testosterone hormone.
Did you have to defend that?
No, the Olympic Committee did.
They did. Yeah.
They were like, hey, this is his natural numbers. We test every year. And every competition, they tested us. And I tested 4 times at least a year, my whole career.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I have a big mouth. I like to talk.
Now,
And-
go ahead. Sorry.
And I said in 95 that I'll take a drug test every day. I got enough pee for everybody.
Come get it.
At least 10 drug testing organizations said, okay.
Mm-hmm. USADA's at your door every day.
In 95, leading up into the 96 Olympic Games, I took 26 drug tests in 1 year.
Wow.
26 different agencies.
That's every other week.
Some of them, same agency. Aegis, you remember Aegis?
Yeah.
Drug testing?
Yeah.
They tested me like 8 times.
Huh. And
They just wanted to see if it was real. Yeah, I didn't care. The one thing I didn't like is a couple of times, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that would suck.
Who is it? Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
And your wife's mad
Sorry,
at you.
Mr. Henry. We have to drug test you. What?
They're trying to catch you off guard.
At 1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't wait till morning? Like, it was brutal. But I did it to myself. And I didn't care. It just validated who I was.
Right, exactly.
Now I got to know you mentioned your love of cooking. That had to start out of necessity.
No.
Oh, right.
When you were at
It
your
was
biggest,
a blood right.
really?
My mother and my grandmother both were cooks in East Texas. My mom was pretty famous in East Texas.
Okay.
If you go to Silsbee, Texas right now and say, hey, you remember Barbara Jean, Mark Henry? Oh, my God. People lose their shit.
Really?
I have her biscuit recipe, and every now and then I'll like make, I can't do it. There's some things that I make of hers that I taste it and I cry.
Really? Wow, so the American flag and your mom's food, that's what makes you cry.
I get weak.
Mark Henry's a softie.
We're
Look
gonna
at
get
that.
some biscuits in here, and we're gonna put on the national anthem and just have a little.
Oh,
cry
man, we're going to have a good cry.
You've had a really interesting career in that you've been a world champion in how many things have you been a world
3 different sports and national champion in another.
Tell everybody what those are.
I was world champion in powerlifting.
Mm-hmm.
I was world champion in strongman, and I was world champion in pro wrestling. And I was national champion 4 times in Olympic weightlifting. I
Wow.
never had failure in my life. I've lost.
That's what I was going to
And I've
ask you.
fallen down.
Right.
But I was taught to get up and find out where the weakness was, fix the weakness, and then you don't lose no more.
So everything was a learning experience. It wasn't
Yeah,
a
it's all
failure.
learning experience.
Right.
And people take failure, like if you shelter your child from failure and sadness and pain, you are doing them a disservice.
Oh, that's a generational problem
You
across
don't
the
care if you're
board.
white, black, Spanish, Indian, Asian. You separate your kid from failure, they will be sticking somebody up in an alley in about 5 years.
You got to let them scrape their knees.
Gotta let them
As much as it may hurt you as mom or dad, you got to let them fail.
I've seen too much in my life. And I was a troubled kid, too, by the way.
Really?
Because, like, when I saw other people have success and I couldn't have it, I used to hate on them. I was a hater from birth, I think. I just did not want to see somebody else win.
Right. Well, you're a competitive guy.
Yeah, I think I was born with way too much competitive juice. And kids would try me and I would just beat them up. And I spent the year in Hardin County Correctionals.
Really? How old were you when that happened?
I was 14, 15 that summer.
And you'd seen enough of that.
I just was, I got, God bless me to have people come in and go, hey, I see who you are. You need to be good, because if you continue to be bad like you are, you're either going to be dead or you're going to be in prison.
Yeah.
So you hit like your rock bottom at 14,
Yeah.
which a lot of people it's
I'm
not until
glad
they're
it
30.
was then,
Yeah.
30.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
It saved yourself.
So Thursday. So I go and I'm a part of this another charitable organization in Houston with there's 5 judges, and it's called Battling Crime in the Red Zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I go speak at the juvenile prisons and all over Texas.
Really?
And I'm speaking. I spoke last week in Houston at Houston's Jefferson Correctional, and then Thursday I speak at KIP, and I'm just honest. Like, I walk in jail, and I can see who the alphas are, and I can see who are followers, and when you are, and I'm no disrespect to the rest of the world, but in my prime, it ain't no man walking the planet was better than me on any day. You walk in the room with me, a room this size, you can't survive unless I let you. And Mike Tyson, anybody included. I was not fearful. I knew if I touched you, it was going to be a level of strength and physicality that you never experienced before.
Now, it's funny you say that, because I've heard other athletes, wrestlers, say that about you. They have said that when Mark Henry puts his hands on you, it feels different. You just feel how straight. They always say you top and then Cena underneath that. Like, it's just a whole different level of strength.
Yeah.
What they say.
I was never a tyrant since 14, of course. But I realized through good teaching and mentorship that I could be a better human, and I could give more to society being the good guy than being the bad guy. And that's what I try to do now. That's why I share this. I ain't designed to live forever. I ain't gonna be here forever. But while I'm here, I need to create and help foster more men like me, because the war is real. There's some bad people out there. They bad. I'm talking about they wake up wondering how they can destroy the earth. And I got to help cultivate and give credence to the guy that wants to stop him.
That's good.
That's what I'm going to do.
We saw this just recently here in Austin, just these teenagers going out, random shooting, just causing violence for no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
I'm wondering if that was a gang thing, a gang initiation.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know much about gangs.
I think that
it's a parenting issue is what it is.
That too, but more than anything, there was somebody that's like, listen, we going to do that. And that was the alpha telling them to do it. They were following orders.
Yeah.
And just like recently, this weekend, there was a bunch of soldiers, Marines that went on leave, and they having a good time, and they drinking, they got their dress outfits on, and there's some pieces of trash, jealous, envious, discourteous, disrespectful of those guys, and was messing with them, and then they got in a fight.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna fight somebody that's trained to fight?
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
A Marine is trained to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna fight that dude?
That's stupid.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you? I'm not gonna put myself in a spot that I can't win.
And he's got his buddies with him.
And it's about 8 of them. No, not gonna do it.
You know what was interesting about that video I found? That happened when the law enforcement showed up. There was one of the, I don't know if they were cops, state troopers, what they were, put their hands on one Marine. And the Marine was starting to bow up at that guy. And another Marine came and said, no. Like, that's a cop. Respect the cop. You know, the Marines kind of were like, oh, these are police officers. We back down. You know what I mean? They had respect for the uniform.
Chain of command.
Yeah, exactly.
They understand that.
They understand.
They're taught that.
Dude, there's a lot of young people out there. My daughter's super involved with her ROTC, Navy ROTC, and she wants to go down that as a career path. And
good for her.
And there are several of her older classmates that have gone on and either enlisted in the Navy. A couple of them went to the Naval Academy. Others are at A&M. And I'm telling you, those kids that enlisted in that's the best decision they ever made.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to get so much out of that experience in the military. I grew up in the military. I'm military
and
brat.
the brotherhood and sisterhood of it, but also the fact that you get USAA insurance. That you get government assistance till you go in the grave.
Yeah.
And if you stay enlisted and you actually do like wartime or elite service history, man, you can get buried in Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
You can get buried in Washington, D.C. at these prestigious grave sites. Mm-hmm. My uncle just got laid to rest and was buried in Washington, D.C. He was in the Army.
Yeah, at Arlington. I hope you attended. I've been to two.
I could not.
Oh, man,
I wanted to go.
I hate to say I would recommend everyone go to a funeral, but I've been to 2 funerals at Arlington National, and there's nothing like it.
Man, God rest his soul, Andrew Young. Like, man, I think about him every day.
Yeah.
That was one of the uncles that was like, hey, you know that's not real. You're seeing on TV. You do that, you're going to jail.
Right.
He was just so matter of fact.
Yeah.
But you need male leadership. That's why I'm for male leadership and mentorship. And I told last week when I was in Houston, I told each one of those kids, I say, listen, y'all gonna be ashamed right now because of your peers. But if you want to talk to me, I'm gonna be sitting over there in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna talk to everybody till they kick us out of here. They had to put them in groups of 5.
Wow.
That's good.
And bring them over 5 minutes or 6 minutes at a time.
That's
I went
great.
through 60 kids that they just wanted to change. And they saw that I genuinely wanted to help them. And that's what we need. And, you know, Judge Gray, who heads the battle and crime in the red zone, she said, Mark, I have been doing this for 10 years, and I never seen nothing like that before.
Really, with the kids coming to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you the kids got to see that you're not there for a photo op.
Right.
Yeah.
They got to see that you're not there to hear yourself talk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here from experience.
Mm-hmm.
I know the dude in the back that keep rolling his eyes and kind of making a lot of sound effects back there. I know who he is because I used to be him.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all would have, if I was in here, you would do exactly what I told you.
Have you ever had anybody push back on you?
Oh, I had my scrapes.
Yeah, going into your wrestling world, did people test you in the locker room?
No,
give you a hard time
because they got to see me up close and personal, like who I was and what I was. And like I used to do this thing in Louisville at one of the training facilities called Final Exam Time. Anytime an elite fighter or wrestler came to Louisville, I challenged them. Come on, let's see if karate work on me. You think I'm joking? Ask Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, Don Fry, Ron Waterman, UFC guys. All these people, I touched them.
Mm-hmm.
And they saw it. Now, Brock hyperextended my knee because I just could not believe that a man that size could get to me that quickly.
That's an athlete right there.
Yeah.
That guy.
And Shelton Benjamin whooped me pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of them two,
Shelton
everybody
Benjamin.
else got it.
Did you wrestle? Wrestle?
Never learned
folk style or freestyle or Greco? Nothing. Never did. But your son does.
Yeah, but the reason that they did is because I failed at it.
At amateur wrestling.
When I got to when I got to Louisville and was learning to wrestle because Stu Hart, I used to go to the dungeon and I would wrestle these
Calgary.
In Calgary.
Yeah.
And so I came back and I had people that I can go and actually get in the ring and fight with and not get in trouble. And we would go in there. Robbie Dix, God rest his soul. Like I got in there with Randy Orton before. Randy's an incredible athlete now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know.
What about Shamrock? Ken Shamrock?
Man, I never got to touch Shamrock in a fight situation or sparring.
Yeah.
We wrestled a bunch of times. And you talk about somebody that's strong beyond their size. He's one of those people. You ever see somebody and you go, Oh, man, he's a normal sized guy, but he's strong like he weighed 100 pounds heavier.
Mm-hmm.
That was Ken Shamrock.
He was strong beyond his weight class.
Yeah, man.
Right, and great athlete too.
Yeah,
I mean, he did
Cesaro
both.
too. I don't know if you ever watch AEW.
I haven't seen it.
There's a Cesaro was his name.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes.
Strong like a bull, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, how much you bench? He said, I don't know. He just country strong.
If I was you, I'd ask everybody how much they bench because
Yeah.
you got a better
But
story.
I watched him do a snatch with 315
Damn.
in a gym with no rubber plates. He did it with metal plates. Guess what that said to me?
He's strong.
He confident that he's not gonna miss.
Oh yeah.
When you so strong, you know, oh, I could do this. I'm not gonna miss because I don't want to damage these people's gym. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you speaking about strong, I caught a clip of your morning show with Harge, and you're talking about grown man strong versus young man strong, and you're talking about when you were 26, you would have eaten 20-year-old Mark Henry alive.
Oh man,
there's a
Off the
big
bone.
difference between grown man strong and 20-year-old
Terry
strong.
Todd used to say, "Old man strength."
Mm-hmm.
It's a combination of your physical power, your willpower, and when you think about your will, I will not fail. I'm not gonna let myself fail. I ain't letting no kid beat me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that mentality it just fuels your brain, just gives your body extra. You're not gonna lose to no kid.
No.
I don't care if they're Olympian.
Right.
Like you just don't. The old man ain't gonna let that happen, and that's what Wemby don't have. That's what Wemby was the conversation.
Yeah, down in San Antonio about the center for the Spurs.
Yeah, he's 21, man.
He's a kid.
Like when he get 25, 26.
Well, you just look at college football, the difference between a freshman and a fifth-year senior.
Yeah,
It's like
big difference.
crazy gap.
Hey,
Big difference.
with this transfer portal, my strategy would be kind of like an Indiana. Let's go after the older kids, the kids that are in their early 20s.
What do you think about the coach, the basketball coach at LSU? That's his whole team is guys that went to the G League, played professional in Europe, and all of this stuff. LSU basketball team is going to be really good because it's going to be like playing BYU, but people with real athletic ability.
Yeah, the BYU kids are older because they spend a couple of years on a mission.
On missions and
Right.
stuff, and they're grown up strong.
Right.
But
I don't know if that's in the
LSU
spirit.
kids are really good basketball players,
Yeah.
and they're 25.
Yeah, I think that takes away from the
think
spirit of the game.
But
I mean,
can I give you my opinion on it?
sure.
I think he's doing it on purpose to make a mockery out of NCAA.
Then good for
having
him.
a rule that allows that.
Yeah.
And a lot of his contemporaries and friends are coming out and they're bashing him. They're saying, man, I can't believe that you're doing this. The sanctity of the sport, what are you doing?
Proving a point.
And I think that he's absorbing all of that right now. And eventually he's going to come out and say, this is why this shouldn't be. I wanted to do this because I wanted to show you. And he's going to win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Watch. LSU is going to be a surprise. They're going to go from the outhouse to the penthouse this year. Watch.
Yeah, I hope you're right. I just an age cap would be good on age, I think, because I'm tired of watching them.
And eligibility.
Yeah, at college football game. Well, he transferred from Michigan State, and then he went to Arizona State, and then he spent a year at Florida, then he transferred to Penn State, and now here he is at Baylor. I mean, my goodness, how many years do you get?
shouldn't be able to transfer more than 3 times, and every time that you transfer, you should have a year in between, which means you really can only transfer twice.
That's how it used to be. You had to sit out a year.
Eligibility is up
Right.
at 5, so you could theoretically do it 5 years if you had an injury
And a red shirt.
or a red shirt.
Right.
But 5 years, and then it's over.
What is your son's plan? He's playing at OU.
Jacob just want to graduate.
He does.
Because he cannot go and be a professional wrestler until he hand me a degree.
That's your rule.
That's my rule. That's, man, you can do whatever you want to, man. I don't care what you do.
So
it's your life. But I need that degree because I didn't graduate.
Mm-hmm.
And the WWE would not hire me as an executive, even though I was training all the people for their positions.
But you couldn't get that title.
But I couldn't get the title because I didn't have the degree. And I told Vince McMahon, I said, hey, man, I'm going to take this job at AEW because they're going to hire me on executive staff. And it doesn't matter that I don't have a degree. I'm just going to go over there, and we're going to kick y'all ass. And he said, Mark, I know you're going to have every intent on doing that because I know who you are. I said, but you wouldn't hire me. I got to do this.
What did he say?
And he was like, well, when your contract is up, you make sure we have an opportunity to negotiate at that point. And that's all I needed to hear.
Sure.
But I didn't not re-sign with AEW because I wanted to go to WWE, because if that was the case, I would be working there. Mm-hmm. What I did was I bought my own company. I got my own company, Caribbean Wrestling.
Yeah, how new is that? Tell us about the ACW.
2 years.
2 years.
The company has been in existence for 4, but it was doing okay. But you know, I came in and was like, look, man, I don't want this to be an independent wrestling company. I want a wrestling company. Mm-hmm. And we're the only other company outside of AEW, WWE, and now TNA to have TV deals. We're on Roku. We could do our pay-per-views through Triller TV. Mm-hmm. We're an international brand now. And right now it's the 250th anniversary of our country and our relationships with the Caribbean. And we have worked out a deal with the U.S. Embassy to do things, promotional things and charitable things with the government. Like I'm doing stuff that even WWE is not doing.
Really?
Did you just see a whole market that wasn't being served and they're super wrestling fans?
Yeah.
Basically?
The Caribbean has had wrestling since the early 70s. Like when I was born, 72, 73. Of course, I was born in 71.
Do they have a style like the Lucha Libre style in Mexico?
It's the same as the U.S. style.
It is.
They love it.
You got your baby face, you got your heel.
Yeah.
You got your...
And there's an amalgamation of the lucha style from Spain and Mexico that with the U.S. contemporary style, that's a happy medium, but mostly is U.S.-based wrestling. They were all WWF and WCW fans.
Okay. They grew up on that?
Yeah.
And now they're bringing it to real life in the Caribbean.
Yeah, and Carlos Colon in Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic was kind of a stalwart in the Caribbean. And Carlos is in his 80s, and their company kind of, you know, not went away. They still run little shows, but not big shows. Mm-hmm. And I do big shows.
What's the goal?
The ultimate goal is to bring back the pride of the Caribbean. I'm training people from each island now. Mm-hmm. You know, we got a guy, Trinidad. We got a couple of Jamaican wrestlers. We got one from our women's champion is from the Bahamas. We open up in Guyana in August, at the first week of August. And I'm determined before we get to August 1st that we got 5 guys training. I want one of them to be good enough to be on the show.
There you go.
How do you have time to do radio? Be honest.
Because I don't sleep much. I'm weird, man.
I think of all the things you do. I do this, and then I go home and slobber on my pillow until about 2 p.m.
This is my second radio show.
Yeah.
So 5 days a week, 7 to 9, we do the morning kickoff. Mm-hmm. We are 24 hours, 7 days a week on SiriusXM. Busted open in the morning. I do in the afternoon a show called Off the Ropes. and I do a show called After Dark. After the show goes off the air at 10 o'clock, from 10 to 11 on Friday, I do After Dark. And then on Saturday morning, I do Busted Open morning show.
And Busted Open is the marquee professional
We're the number
wrestling
one, sports show in America.
Yeah, it's huge, huge. And they had been at it for a while too.
I like being number one. Number one do something to me.
It makes you feel good, doesn't it?
I like this market here in Austin. Doing our numbers are above all other sports show numbers.
You got a big award this year?
We got an award for being the top sports show on radio. Like, God has been good to me, man.
But
I can't sit here and be like, complain when stuff don't go right, because the world ain't designed for everything to go right. I don't expect it.
You're right. Going back to your wrestling career, why did you choose the Big Show to put you into the Hall of Fame, to induct you into the Hall of Fame? Paul Wright is his name.
Paul White and I are very similar in the sense that we don't fit on airplanes very well.
He's 7'5", 4.
Like, he is like 7 feet tall. He was 500 pounds. Now he's like 400 pounds. He's finna get in the threes for the first time since he was in high school.
Wow.
His freshman year in college, he said.
Wow.
So
and you guys are friends.
That's awesome, and I'm proud of him. But we went through a lot of the same things, being big guys. We both mama's boys. We have zero tolerance for people that try to hurt people because they can. The spot pickers. We're both protectors. You want one of us on your team, because we're not going to throw our weight around. We're just going to be there to go, hey, not doing that. And you need them people in your life, man.
Everybody does.
Everybody needs, man. You know, like the guys that don't have fathers, like you want somebody like me and Show around to, have your back. And it makes you more appreciative of life and authority. That's why I think the military, was so inviting to me, because of the power of it. Brotherhood and
structure.
And structure.
Yeah.
Like, I just always respected that and appreciated it. And Paul and I are both that guy.
You guys are still friends?
We talk all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's cool. He's a smart guy, isn't he?
Very intelligent.
Yeah.
Very intelligent. I mean, he and I are not like Xavier Woods and Kofi, where they, they got doctorates and stuff like that.
Those guys were smart outside of business with the Roblox thing and all that stuff. I mean, the Kofi especially, right?
Kofi,
and the children's, but he did a bunch of kids' books or something.
Yep.
I mean, he's a smart.
Xavier Woods, like, he is Dr.
Yeah.
Austin Woods. Like that dude is. He made more from his Twitch and gaming than he did wrestling.
Yeah.
And he was making like near $1 million for the last 10 years.
Doing gaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for him.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah. He's
Wow.
figured it out.
So thus saying, I'm starting my Twitch account.
What game are you going to play?
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I'm a Fortnite player.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Elite.
With all his spare time.
Yeah, right.
With my 3 hours a day that I should be probably sleeping or eating or working out, I play Fortnite.
Do you work out still? You still train at all?
I don't lift nothing heavier than 25-pound dumbbells.
Is that right? Just no need anymore, right? Just to keep the body moving, keep it tight.
My back hurts. If I go overdo it, then I look like Red Fox walking around.
What'd you say? How old was Red Fox when he was doing that show?
48 when that show started.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah, he was way younger than we thought.
Yeah.
Playing a much older man.
Playing a 75-year-old junkyard guy.
But dude, when Aunt Esther showed up, those were my favorite scenes. When she showed up and he told her how ugly she was. I mean, classic show. Yeah, that's right. She was a Bible beater.
You have not heard nobody be called a heathen since that show went.
Right?
A great show. And what's Lamont just passed away.
Yeah.
Desmond Howard.
Desmond
Howard?
Desmond
Wilson?
Wilson.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at you.
Yeah, that's right. The things my brain is full of, right? I can't remember.
You like me. We full of useless.
Exactly. You're exactly right.
Except you were training at 20. We were throwing up in South Padre Island.
Yeah, we were.
There's a little bit of a difference there.
Hey,
You know, someone I want to ask you about, Mark Henry, because I love this guy back in the day, and everybody that talks about him says he was the real deal, and he might be one of my top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time. Was Ron Simmons.
oh my God.
That guy is a beast. I mean, like in real life, he's a beast. He was an All-American, I believe, at Florida State.
Florida State.
Yeah.
Like there's only 4 guys that's in the Ring of Honor at Florida State Stadium. And that's Terrell Buckley, Deion Sanders, Ron Simmons, and some guy,
Charlie Ward.
Charlie Ward.
Yeah, the Heisman Trophy winner. Played for the Knicks
Some
after
quarterback
that. But Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
Tell me about him.
Ron Simmons, like football-wise, Ron Simmons was a 250-pound nose tackle that if he was playing football today, they would teach him to be an end.
An edge?
Yeah, he'd be an edge guy, not a speed rusher, but he'd be more like Gary, that's going to be playing with the Cowboys this year.
Good
250, Khalil Mack, play outside and can rush, but not really be a cover guy, situational player. Ron was the first defensive player to be in the Heisman race.
Wow.
Like his numbers, combine numbers, is like Bo Jackson. Not the speed. Nobody runs a 4.140. I mean, that's just Bo Jackson stuff. But to be 250 pounds and run a 4.640 and to have a 450-pound bench press, those don't go together.
No.
And if that guy was coming out of the combine right now, first round.
Oh, absolutely.
First round.
Just on the metrics.
Just on his metrics.
Yeah.
And Ron's 6'2". He was undersized to play in. They usually want him 6'4".
But he got a lot of dog in him.
But he had the dog in him. And Aaron Donald is another guy that's the exception of the rule. 6'2", 280 pounds. Looked like a linebacker, but played nose tackle and 2 technique.
And a freak athlete.
And all pro.
Yeah.
That's who. And everybody that I ever met that knew Ron Simmons they would be like, man, Ron Simmons in the dictionary under man, it's a picture of Ron Simmons in the thinker pose. Ron is a man.
Yeah.
Like he don't give off warm and fuzzy, but he's not a tyrant. He taught all of us in the Nation of Domination that the most important thing was the work for each other and longevity. How are you going to be here and make yourself valuable enough to be here a long time?
That's why I always wonder why certain wrestlers pick certain finishing moves that are really hard on the body for them. Like why did Hulk Hogan for 30 years drop a leg on his tailbone and jam? I mean, like, why wouldn't you just do a sleeper hold?
I wish I had. I landed on my knees every night, or I landed on my butt every night, tailbone.
Yeah.
Doing the leg drop like Hogan.
It's tough.
It's so crazy. I tell my son now, I was like, you will not damage your body like I did.
That's good advice.
That's why I want him to, like, when he decides to be an executive and step away, he'll be able to be hired right away, too. All the things where I failed, he will succeed.
But you worked after your wrestling days behind the scenes doing a lot.
Yeah, I scout. I've discovered probably about 15 wrestlers that are making near $1 million.
Where do you find them?
6 of them just random.
Just like HEB?
I saw Braun, Braun Strowman, I saw him at the World's Strongest Man Nationals.
He's tough to miss.
And he's tough to miss. But he was so colorful. He was so loud and obnoxious. And I was like, bro, you ever thought about wrestling? Oh, I'm going to be I'm going to be world's strongest man. Listen, I don't want to be Debbie Downer or nothing, but Hafthor Bjornsson and Eddie Hall and Brian Shaw and Zadruna Zavickas, they're all 23, 24. They're going to be around for another 10, 15 years, and they all are going to be battling each other for first through fourth.
Did you ever do those competitions with the Atlas balls and the pulling the truck? You did.
I won the World's Strongest Man in 2002.
What was your best event in that?
In that competition, they didn't do the thing that I was the best at, which is the weight toss for height. Mm-hmm. It's an explosive throw of a
keg
of a 18-pound, like a kettlebell.
Okay.
And you got to throw it over a bar like a high jump.
Okay.
And the first day that I tried, I broke the world record. I broke Bill Kazmaier's.
You had never worked on technique.
I never
or anything?
saw it before.
Wow.
Did you ever throw shot put?
I did. I threw shot put in high school, but I was better at the discus in high school. I threw 167, which is respectable. Mm-hmm. The guys that won state threw 77 or something like that, 78.
Right.
You know,
so that number hadn't gone up a whole lot recently. In today's numbers, I got a high school.
Today's number's still around the same.
Yeah, she throws shot and disc.
But the shot put, man, you got to throw at least 60, 65.
Yeah.
And
at the elite level,
nobody's like Michael Carter. Where
That's true.
Throw 80.
Right.
Man, that'll never happen again. That's the only record that I've ever seen that I thought, it'll never be broke. The long jump, I thought.
Beeman's long jump?
I definitely thought it was going to get broken.
Yeah, they said no one had ever did, but the guy that broke it sailed past it.
Yeah. So
yeah.
It's just, modern technology and training philosophies are going to catch up eventually. You find the right athlete.
Yeah.
And it did. Same thing with Charles Austin in the high jump down there in San Marcos.
Mm-hmm.
You seen him? He jumped 7 feet 11 inches.
Wow.
With his back.
Yeah. It's great.
That door frame is 7 feet.
Yeah.
7 feet.
Yeah.
He jumped 11. He jumped the height of the ceiling.
Yeah.
Over it with his back.
It's
when
crazy.
You think about what Olympians have done, you just go, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
It just seems phony.
And we've got, in the track world right now, this kid in Australia, Gout. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
200 meters.
Yeah. Running the 200 meters in 20.02. He's 17.
Yeah. And when he's 22,
Whoa.
he's going to run 18.
I mean, he could make Usain
18 seconds.
Yeah, he could make Bolt look slow when he gets 23.
When he gets grown. But Bolt knew how many steps it was going to take from his start to when he crossed the line, and he was able to elongate his stride and increase his turnover. And he did all these little bitty things. It's very scientific.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that the right people get with that kid.
In Australia?
In Australia. Because if they do, then they can definitely recreate Bolt. But make him better.
I don't mean to brag, but I covered pro cycling for 8 years. But the reason those kids are way better, minutes faster up a mountain than even the doping era of the late 90s. It's phenomenal, and it's only been 20 years' time. But what we narrowed it down to in all of our discussions is nutrition and recovery is some of the biggest difference. Because probably growing up, it was just train into the ground, and you were never recovering. And all these things they have now,
You also can find freaks of nature now.
Yeah, sure.
With science, you can find people that do not create lactic acid like everybody else. Mm-hmm.
Higher VO2 max.
Yeah, their VO2, they can process oxygen fast. Did you see me walking around with that canister yesterday?
Yeah, you had some oxygen. Yeah.
So I really believe in external oxygen, for recovery.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we did this training in Colorado Springs at the Olympic Training Center. You look on the sideline of sporting events, you'll see people get a little oxygen so they can get the white blood cells to produce faster in the blood so you can recover faster. And you go to the hospital. You ever had to go to the doctor for something?
Oh, yeah, sure.
First thing they do is what? Give you some water and put oxygen on you. There's a reason for that. And it's the blood count, blood cell count.
Altitude tense, hematocrit levels, another thing.
There you go. So we trained at high altitude in Colorado Springs, so it would train our bodies to produce white blood cells faster. And if you left for 2 days, you're like a superhuman.
When you go back to sea level.
But after 72 hours, your body deconditioned. And then you have to go back up and train at altitude. And you get what they call altitude sickness, where you throw up and headaches because your body is now trying to do those max efforts with less oxygen, and your blood is not producing it.
That's why
they did before.
That's why people that climb Everest, they spend so much time at that base camp before they actually, because that's when they're, is it climatizing or altitude?
Yeah, you got to get acclimated to the altitude.
Yeah.
Man, we don't want to keep you forever, but something that popped me in my head.
Does.
I know. Well, I know you got things to do.
Show down for another.
Selfishly, we'd love to talk to you all day. I was thinking about this earlier. You're just being in Austin and being a prominent figure in Austin and hearing you talk about helping kids. Have you ever been invited to the Longhorn locker room to talk to those kids for football or any sport?
It's been a long time. The last time that I spoke was for Mac Brown.
Wow. I would lean into that if I were Sark.
I would do it in a heartbeat because I love people. I love leadership. And I see Sark being a leader to those kids. And he's not treating them like somebody else's kid. He's treating them like they're his. And some of them kids know, you're my daddy. But he still like mentors them like he is.
Yeah.
And everybody on the strength coach there, have you met Coach Becton?
I have not, no.
Oh man. God brought him here.
Really? What's great about him?
Discipline and respect. He wants you to respect yourself. When you're acting out, go look in the mirror. See how you look right now. I heard him say that the other day. Go look at no.
It's not just the training.
It's not just the physical work. It's the psychological strength that you can create when I'm talking to you and you start doing this.
Oh yeah, leaning back.
Hey,
they're
your
agitated.
body language is showing me you don't give a damn what I'm saying to you right now.
Yeah.
I want you to go look in the mirror and see what that looked like because I don't never want to see you do it again.
That's good. That's good body language, especially if, like I got a teenager right now. You know how that goes.
Yeah, I got two.
Yeah, they know everything, right?
They know everything.
Dad doesn't know nothing.
And then I'll say, so did you check the message I sent you? Because it's got all the information. You didn't even read what I sent you.
There was one of my favorite sayings is a teacher, a professor in college, said the earliest sign of human intelligence is the ability to follow simple instructions. That's the earliest sign that you're smart. You can follow instructions. Just follow instructions. Do what people have enough humility, especially in the weight room, especially on the field of practice field, at work, wherever, to realize you don't know everything.
Bro, I think that was my biggest gift, and I got it from my mother. My mother used to say all the time, boy, I wish I knew everything. Imagine what I could give you.
On that note.
And I would go, And she was like, you don't know everything. Remember that. Somebody's going to teach you something that's going to make your life better.
Mark Henry, thanks for spending an hour with us, man. I know you're a busy man. You're off to your other shows on Sirius XM.
Oh, no, I'm going to sleep. I'm just on my pillow now.
Thanks, Mark. We appreciate it.
All right, boys.